It feels like every week we're talking about the run game, but it feels like a lot's going to come down to how well the Lions run versus how well they stop the run in this game. You can get consistent 5-yard, 4-yard, 3-yard, 4-yard, 5-yard chunks over and over and over. I think that can be there in this game because I anticipate the Lions will be able to move this defensive line. This is a team that you can attack kind of that level 1, level 2, middle of the field. Tight end position, Laporta. Been a little bit quiet these last couple weeks. Statistically, this makes sense for a game to get him going. Against man, I don't think their safety position is great straight up in coverage, so I love that matchup. Really good opportunity to get some of those routes where you kind of just spot up, you roll through and sit down in coverage. Just like you think about the LA Chargers game, spot up in coverage, find some of those little underneath shots, keep us on top of the chains in some of the middle of field attacking area. Raymond, I know he hasn't really popped, and a lot of that is who we have personnel-wise now. Maybe it's Jameson Williams, but man, I love the idea of trying to get one of those guys a shot play from the slot. Mainly because, well, really two things. One, you can. First off, we've seen breakdowns from them in the back end. Then also the aspect of their slot corner 101. He's not great with vertical speed, so whether that's Khalif Raymond or maybe you try to put the big guy, Jameson Williams, in the slot and you try to get him a shot, I think if we're going to get a shot, on the outside, if they're sitting in cover 3, makes sense, but I do like the idea of one of those guys getting a matchup there that they like and being able to try to attack that. One thing that worries me in this one is a lot of the play-action bootlegs, play-action rollouts. Why? Because this defense is aggressive. They're going to try to, they smell blood, man. When they get you in a position where first down's not super successful, they want to then get you behind and change on 3rd and long. They are the best third down defenses in football. I think they allow like 32% conversion percentage. Big part of that is also they're going to force you into 3rd and long. And a big reason of that is if they're successful on first down, that second down play, they're not afraid to bring heat. They're not afraid to blitz to stop the run or the play action and create negatives that way. I thought Houston had a lot of trouble with it, and they're so athletic on the outside that if you're trying to boot a guy like Goff out and they pick up on it and they don't completely crash, I don't think a lot of good things are going to happen with that. And they communicate pretty well in the second level. So to me, maybe Ben Johnson has something for that where he's like, oh, I'm going to do this and get them to overplay it. Maybe you try to get a lead blocker in front, or maybe you get kind of like a half roll and then you try to get a shot back the other side, maybe like a leak to the tight end, maybe something along those lines to try to overplay it. The tight end position, Laporta, wouldn't be shocked if he got going a little bit, especially also St. Brown. If they're playing especially more man coverage, wouldn't surprise me if the Lions try to put St. Brown on the outside, get some matchups with a guy like Moreau. I'm assuming we're going to see a lot of Pat Surtain if Josh Reynolds plays on Josh Reynolds. Good as Pat Surtain is, he can get beat at the top of the route. Like Moreau, who I think can struggle a little bit at the top of the route, being able to stick and maintain at the top of the route. He's got good quickness, he's got good speed, so maybe that's not just like the perfect matchup for a guy like Jameson Williams to be consistently successful. It could be, but a guy like Donovan Peoples-Jones, a guy like St. Brown, if they can get that on the one-on-one on the outside, but a Sam Laporta like they love to do as well. Pressure-wise, their interior is kind of their weakest spot, specifically their 2 guards. That's where you can kind of win, whether that's Levi, maybe he gives us some flashes there, maybe the Lions try to get John and Josh Pascal into some of those matchups, especially on pass downs. You have this little aspect of Russell Wilson's not like a design runner over and over, but he's got kind of that like Jordan Love, what he did to us to seal the game. If you continue to crash down off the edge, he's going to hit you with a zone read, and it's difficult because it's not like Justin Fields where he handled it well, but you're expecting it. It's like no one's expecting it because he'll consistently hand it off, and then when you stop expecting it, all of a sudden he takes off with it and he picks up a first down. I wouldn't even be shocked if the Lions said we want to bring a little bit of pressure to try to get them behind the chains, set up one of those play action shots that they love to do off the run, or on second down, maybe first down, the Lions say, you know what, we're going to bring the linebacker on this play. Don't be shocked if Aaron Glenn, we know he likes to bring heat. Don't be shocked if he does that on a few early downs, trying to jump them behind the chains, put them in 3rd and long. You get them in the short yard situations, you have to watch for the ball's going right behind that right guard. Quinn Minard is exactly where that ball is going on QB sneaks, fullback dives. If it's 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, it's going behind that, guys. If you can get them into 3rd and medium plus, just bringing 4 would not be, I don't think, the biggest problem in this game. Let him take everything underneath. Let him take a screen. Let him check it down, rally, and make a tackle. Chargers have success there. I think you get matchups, especially if they're trying to lean man on the safety. It's one of the best, I think, matchups singled up in this game. I'm going to go with the score prediction that feels very high. It's a lot of points scored against a really good defense, and I don't want to make this sound like I'm disrespecting this defense. This defense is legit. So I'm worried about this one a little bit, but it sounded good when I said it in a roundtable, and I kind of like it. I'm going 30-20. Lions win this football game. I think they get rolling early. I think they get rolling early in this game. They force a couple sacks, maybe get Russell Wilson behind the chains, and they're able to build up a lead and kind of play their way in this game. And I think that's going to be the key. And I think Dan Gamble gets the game ball afterwards for beating Sean Payton.